Actually, we will start off the Bhagavatam and we'll go into Bhakti course. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 16.
Shivaya Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Ena Bhavagha Prabhuhi.
Yena Pavargakya Madha Prabhuhi.
Janena Vaya Saki Sabditena.
Janena Vaya Sati Shabditena.
Veje Gajendra Vajapadamulam.
Veje Kagendra Dvajapadamulam.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Yena Bhavagha Prabhuhi.
Yena Pavarga Kimada Prabhuhi.
Janena Vaya Saki Sabditena.
Yanena Vaya Sakishabditena.
Veje Gajendra Vajapadamulam.
Veje Kagendra Dvajapadamulam.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Yena Bhavagha Prabhuhi.
Yena Pavarga Kimada Prabhuhi.
Janena Vaya Saki Sabditena.
Yanena Vaya Sakishabditena.
Veje Gajendra Vajapadamulam.
Veje Kagendra Dvajapadamulam. Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshit.
Yena Pavarga Kimadha Prabhuhi.
Yena Bhavagha Prabhuhi.
Yanena Vaya Sakishabditena.
Janena Vaya Saki Sabditena.
Veje Kagendra Dvajapadamulam. Sa,
he, Vai, certainly, Mahabhagavata, first class devotee, Parikshit, the king, Yena, by which, Apavarga Akyam, by the name of liberation, Adabra, fixed, Buddhi, intelligence, Jnanena, by knowledge, Vyasaki, the son of Vyas, Sabditena, vibrated by, Vijaya, taken to, Khaga Indra, Garuda, the king of the birds, Vaja, flag, Hadamulam, soles of the feet. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Sutta Goswami, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Mars Brigg, whose intelligence was fixed on liberation, attained the lotus feet of the Lord, who was the shelter of Garuda, the king of birds. Those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyas. Srila Shukadev report. There is some controversy amongst the students on the path of liberation. Such transcendental students are known as impersonalists and devotees of the Lord. The devotees, or the devotee of the Lord, worships the transcendental form of the Lord, whereas the impersonalist meditates upon the glaring effulgence or the bodily rays of the Lord, known as the Brahma Jyoti. Here, in this verse, it is said that Maharaj Parikshit attained the lotus feet of the Lord by instructions in knowledge delivered by the son of Vyasadeva, Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was also an impersonalist in the beginning, as he himself has admitted in the Bhagavatam 2:1-9. But later on, he was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord and thus became a devotee. Such devotees with perfect knowledge are called Mahabhagavatas, or first-class devotees. There are three classes of devotees, namely the Prakrita, Madhyama, and Mahabhagavat. The Prakrita, or third-class devotee, are temple worshippers without specific knowledge of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. The Madhyama, or the second-class devotee, knows well the Lord and the Lord's devotees, the neophytes and the non-devotees also. But the Mahabhagavat, or the first-class devotee, he sees everything in relation with the Lord and the Lord present in everyone's relation. The Mahabhagavat, therefore, does not make any distinction, particularly between a devotee and non-devotee. Maharaj Parikshit was such a Mahabhagavat devotee because he was initiated by a Mahabhagavat devotee, Sukadeva Goswami. He was equally kind even to the personality of Kali. I want to speak of others. So there are many instances in the transcendental histories of the world of an impersonalist who has later become a devotee. But a devotee has never become an impersonalist. This very fact proves, actually, unfortunately, there are some devotees that left and became Buddhists. This very fact proves that on the transcendental steps, the step occupied by a devotee is higher than the step occupied by an impersonalist. It is also stated in Bhagavad Gita 12:5 that persons stuck on the impersonal step undergo more sufferings than achievement of reality. Therefore, knowledge imparted by Sukadeva Goswami unto Maharaj Parikshit helped him attain the service of the Lord. And this stage of perfection is called Apavarga, or the perfect stage of liberation. Simple knowledge of liberation is material knowledge. Actual freedom from material bondage is called liberation. But attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord is called the perfect stage of liberation. Such a stage is attained by knowledge and renunciation, as we have already explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1-12. And who knows the verse? Tachchudadhanamaya jnana vairagya pasyantyatma chatmanam bhakti shutra grihitya. The seriously inquisitive sage, well equipped with knowledge and detachment, realizes the absolute truth by rendering devotional service in terms as we have heard, as he has heard from the Vedanta Sutra. A very nice verse. So that such a stage is attained by knowledge and renunciation, as we have already explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam 1-12, and perfect knowledge, as delivered by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, results in the attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord. So, Om Jnana Tamarandasya Gyananjana Sravya Chakshana Ukram Kuduvasalam Bhumname Devi Vivataram Vande Shri Guru Nirvana Vanchikapati Vishka Kripasundhi Devi Chaparitana Bhavane Vaishnavya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srimati Gaurabhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Lord Chaitanya, he came to teach Vairagya, detachment, Vidya, knowledge, and Vairagya Vidya, Nidya Bhakti Yoga, love for Krishna. So with knowledge, we get detached. We become detached from the so-called pleasures of this world. One learns, just like Krishna says, the Bhagavad Gita, that what's that verse? It's amazing, you know something so well, and then you forget. Intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery, which is due to contact with material sense. Such pleasures have beginning and end, so a wise person does not take to life. What's the verse? Anyway, no. So, from hearing from Krishna, from hearing from Lord Chaitanya, from hearing from the Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn that there's no actual pleasure in this world. It's illusion. It's illusory. So Prabhupada would speak about this a lot of times, in the early days, this world is illusion. So sometimes, actually it happened a couple of times, the devotees would try to walk through a wall. It appears to be real, and they try to walk through the wall. Prabhupada said, no, it's not. It's real, but it's illusory in the sense that it's temporary. Oh, okay. I guess I shouldn't have tried to walk through the wall. So that's the idea, is that the so-called happiness in this world, it's temporary. There may be some so-called pleasure there, but it's temporary. And nobody wants temporary pleasure, right? Anyone want temporary pleasure? We don't want temporary. Nobody wants eternal pleasure that keeps on going, non-stop. So this is Krishna consciousness. So we become detached from knowledge. We get detached, and then we take seriously spiritual life. Therefore, this verse says, the seriously inquisitive sage. You got to be serious and inquisitive to learn more and more about Krishna. What are people mostly inquisitive now about? How to get more money. Right? And with more money, then more sense gratification. That's what they're inquisitive about. More money, more sense gratification. But this doesn't bring happiness. This brings frustration. Right? And then Vairagya, Vidya, we get this knowledge of the absolute truth. Then eventually, we attain love for Krishna. That's the goal. Not an easy goal to attain, although it's there within everyone to attain it. That's not easy to attain. There's one devotee, Prabhupada said, who had attained the level of bhava. Anybody know? Yamuna. Amazing, huh? Yeah, Prabhupada said. She is very advanced devotee. I met her a few times. She would call the brahmachari. Brahmachari. She would say Prabhu, brahmachari, because we were always calling the women mothers. Right? So she would call us brahmacharis. Brahmachari. I had some of her cooking. She's really, really good. Very devoted. It's interesting that it said that the women are less intelligent, but Prabhupada said there's only one person of his disciples that attained the level of bhava. Woman. Interesting. So today is the appearance day of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So we could have some discussion about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He appeared in 1838, which is 187 years ago. And because of him, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Prabhupada, it's a team effort. And now there's about 800 temples around the world. Because he was, actually Vaishnavism, when he was growing up, it was not respected because there was a lot of Sahajism. There weren't any really, or very few strict devotees. It become obsolete. Vaishnavism, but it wasn't respected at all. But then he was looking for a Chaitanya Charitamrita, and it said that it took him 8 years to find a Chaitanya Charitamrita, just to give you an idea of how difficult. I mean, now you want to CC, just you can just order it on the BBT, or yeah, we have them right here. But back then, I mean, imagine that 8 years looking, and finally he found one. And when you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, oh man, he went on a preaching spree. Yeah, that's when he understood the importance of preaching. Because he himself was preaching, Lord Chaitanya, and so many of the associates, there's so much preaching. So, yeah. And he said, when will the day be when Americans and Europeans and Chinese and Africans, people from all over the world come together and chant Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari? When will that day be? So that day is now. It actually happened back in 1970, when Prabhupada first went back to India with all the devotees. Of course, those were mainly Americans. But so his desire was fulfilled because of his sincerity of his son, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and Srila Prabhupada. So he started something called, you've all heard of this, the Namhat. It's called the Marketplace of the Holy Name. And different persons had different positions. He was a sweeper. Humble. And it said that Lord Nityananda, he was one of the traders. And Advaita Acharya, they were traders in the marketplace. And the highest currency was praying. That's the gold coin, praying. So he had so many, it's just said that he had up to 500 namhats. in the Bangladesh area there. And now, I think there's over 3,000 all over the world because of Japataka Swami. He started it. He was at when there was some program happening, some event, some spiritual event, and there was some. Japataka Swami was there, and there was a couple of other people from another group, and they were saying, "Oh, the Hare Krishnas are here." The other one said, "No, the Hare Krishnas are good. They get people started in the spiritual life, then we take them." and Japataka Swami heard that. He said, "Enough of that." I think that's when he really started the Namha, which is actually started by Lord Nityananda. So yeah, he really got on the Namhat and did so much preaching. But at the same time, he was a high court judge. And the other judges, the other judges, they were all British. But they were amazed about how quickly he could solve, or he could come with a judgment about certain cases. He was so quick, because a devotee it's very clear. Everything's very clear when you're a devotee. Isn't everything very clear? Especially when you're a pure devotee. Imagine a pure devotee judge. Bhagavatam. So everything was very clear. So yeah, they were impressed. And they were so impressed that he was going, they would put him in different places around Bangladesh, there, Bengal. And he became the person in charge of Jagannath Puri, and also the Jagannath Temple. And there was a king there that embezzled 84,000 rupees. Now, 84,000 rupees now is not very much, right? I don't believe it.
$100.
No,
Less than
$1,000.
Oh yeah.
Over about $1,000. But back then, it was thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. The rupee was strong. Even when I went to India back in 1980, 7 rupees was $1.
Oh.
Now, what is it, 60?
88.
88. Oh my God. So 7 rupees is $1 back then. You can imagine. Back, 187 years ago, or 170 years ago, it's almost probably equal with $1. So it's $1,000. He is embezzling. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he found out, and he punished him. He had to pay for the boga, for the Lord's offerings every day. Anybody know how many offerings there were every day? 52. 52. So that cost a lot every day. So eventually he became broke. No money. So he was pretty upset. The king was pretty upset. So he came up with a plan to kill Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he hired, or he got 50 Brahmins to do a yajna. And after 30 days, after the last ablution was poured, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was to die. But when they did that, when they poured that last ablution into the fire, his only son died. Amazing, huh? Don't mess with Bhaktivinoda Thakur or pure devotees. So yeah, he was such a rascal. Yeah, he had to deal with a lot of rascals. Actually, there was this person, Visakha Sen. He was apparently he claimed himself to be Mahavishnu, but he was Maharascal. He was a big rascal, and he had some associates. One was Shiva and one was Brahma. And yeah, partners in crime. So he had some mystical ability. He could put his head in fire, and come out and not be harmed. So people would be amazed. He's God. You know? People would be fooled. You know, some mystic abilities, and he would heal the sick. People would be very sick, and he would heal them, and yeah, all kinds of things. But he was also doing the Rasa Lila. That was his biggest mistake, because he was having affairs with married women, and they complained to the government, and then that's when they hired, or they got Bhaktivinoda Thakur to investigate. So he went there, and as soon as he went there, Visakha Sen said, "Baba, I know why you're here. Yeah, I can make you the Prime Minister of India. I'm going to kick out the British from India. I'll give you a big position. And I know you have people that are hiding." He had some of the soldiers hiding in the forest. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, "So if you're Mahavishnu, then why aren't you going to the Jagannath temple?" He said, "Jagannath, that's just a slab of wood." Now when he said that, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, "Well, this guy's a real rascal." So he did some more investigation, and then he went around to different villages, and a lot of the people were really upset with him because of this so-called Rasa Lila. So then he said, "So we want to take you to court. We'll take you to trial, and we'll see if you're innocent or guilty." And he wouldn't go. "Who's going to take me? Who's going to take me?" So then he shook his head, and he had these long locks of hair. So he shook his head, and sparks of fire were going from his hair, and everybody was like, "Wow, this guy's amazing." And even the police, he had 100 policemen there, and they were reluctant. They didn't want to mess with him. They were also like surprised about his power. So they brought a bullock cart, and he said, Bhaktivinoda, because you're a pure devotee, you're a devotee, I'll get on the cart." And then he got on the cart and he went. And even on the cart, he was doing all this mystical stuff. So then he went to Puri, and it was for 18 days. Imagine 18 days trial. They had a lawyer, and there was 1,000 of his followers outside, protesting that you put God in jail, let him free. If he's God, then get out was the problem. So he got his daughter almost died. He also got so ill he couldn't walk. They had at the final day they had to take him in a palanquin. He couldn't walk. And then what's amazing is they found him guilty. 18 months hard labor. But then one British guy who knew something about mystic abilities, he had learned that a lot of these yogis, they have their powers in their hair. So he had these big scissors and he cut his hair. And then he fell down. He couldn't walk even, he had no energy. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he became well. He walked home. And then when the followers found out that he had lost his energy and fallen down, no energy because his hair was cut, they gave up his being God. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur went to get Shiva and Rama. And they said, no, we're innocent. We just did it because Visakha Saint, he wanted us to be, because you got to have Shiva and Brahma also. So we just went along with it, and they let him go. So. And he wrote so many books and so many nice songs. It's like we sing with Jaya Radhamada. He wrote that. So many nice songs. So, Gopinath, the beautiful song, Gopinath. And in this, he expresses his humility. Very humble. He says, when will I with a humble heart go out to spread the holy name of Krishna? And when he was preaching, I need some help. He was like a one-man army. There was nobody to help him. So he prayed to Krishna for a ray of Vishnu. And that was, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And how did he know that? That when the Jagannath cart came by, it stopped at his house. And it didn't move. Anybody know for how long? 3 days. It didn't move. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he brought his little son. And then the flower garland fell. Yeah. And then it started moving. Then Bhaktivinoda could understand this is the ray of Vishnu that he was praying for. And boy, was he a ray of Vishnu. Amazing. So this is some of the greatness of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he wrote so many nice poems. He says, the flesh is not my own, alas. The mortal frame a chain. The soul confined for former wrongs should try to rise again. The flesh is not my own, alas. So what is this body? It's like they have this saying that the beauty is skin deep. You take that first layer of skin off. Oh my God. Kind of scary. These bodies are not nice. You know how long our veins are? ChatGPT. It can go around the planet. Our veins can go around the planet 4 times. What's it say?
60,000 to 100,000 miles in total length.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 times around the earth.
2 times. 2 times around the earth. And you might think, well, wait a second, they don't seem like they're that. But there's very fine veins, very fine. You can imagine. I looked it up, and he said sometimes they make mistakes, and he said 100,000 miles. When it goes around 4 times. So they have different opinions on ChatGPT. So, the body is made up of a lot of veins, a lot of blood, bones. But it's, But what's actually attractive is the soul. Even the most beautiful woman, Miss America, is very attractive. Everybody's attractive. But if the soul leaves the body, who's going to be attractive? Maybe some pervert. Dead body. Who's going to be attracted to a dead body? You take it and you bury it or burn it or something. So it's the soul that's attractive. So why is it that the soul is so attractive? Because it's part of Krishna. And Krishna is the most attractive. The soul is attractive, especially if the soul has good qualities. Now that beautiful Miss America, the soul may be in her body, but if she has bad character, She gets angry easily and criticizes in foul language and just terrible activities, then who's going to want to hang around her, even though she's so beautiful? If someone is a very bad character, criticizing, shouting, violent, who's going to want to be around? But on the other hand, if someone isn't very attractive, overweight, but has very good qualities, then people want to be around. It's like Yamuna, she was actually very overweight, but everybody wanted to be around her. She was beautiful because she had she was divine qualities. People loved her because of the qualities. This is what makes a person attractive. And this is also, although Krishna, he's very attractive, but he also has divine qualities, unlimited qualities, unlimited divine qualities, which is pretty amazing. So Krishna is very beautiful for many reasons. Just externally, he's very attractive. It's like his eyes are compared to lotus flowers. His face is compared to a lotus flower. His navel, his hands, his feet, are very attractive. Inconceivably attractive. The gopis, they said that the creator, he's a dunce because he created these bodies with eyelids. They can't see Krishna for a moment. Now, when we blink our eyes, we don't even notice it, right? Unless we're tired, then they go down slow. Right? But the gopis, they noticed that fraction of a second. They noticed, couldn't see Krishna. Why did he create these eyes with eyelids? You can't see Krishna for that moment. But Krishna is so attractive. And therefore his name is Krishna. Beauty, wealth. People are attracted to wealthy people. Just like if the wealthiest person, who's the wealthiest person in the world now?
Yeah. Musk.
Musk. If he were to walk in, like, wow, look at that. Musk is here. Take our attention. Wealthiest man in the world. But a lot of people don't like him, isn't it?
Mm.
I saw one sticker. The person is driving a Tesla, and it's got a sticker in the back with a line, Musk, with a red line. Like, he's bad, but they're driving his car. He's not very popular. Why? Not good quality. Someone may be very wealthy, but also not beautiful, not good quality. Someone may be very, very strong, but not beautiful. Generally, people that are very strong aren't very attractive. Right? So for Krishna, he has all the wonderful qualities, so attractive, and therefore people are attracted. And knowledge, he has so much knowledge. I was attracted because of the knowledge that he gave in the Bhagavad Gita. So people come to Krishna for different reasons. Just like when Krishna went to Mathura, there was that lady attracted to Krishna because of the beauty. She was a hunchback. What was her name? Kubja. She was hunchback. I think she had sandalwood paste for Kamsa. And Krishna asked for it. She didn't hesitate. And then Krishna, I think he put his foot on her foot and straightened her out and became very beautiful. And then she became attracted to Krishna. Actually, all the women are attracted to Krishna. So attractive. So he's attractive for many reasons. His knowledge, his beauty. Everybody's attracted to wealth. Krishna, he owns everything. He's very wealthy. Beauty, wealth, strength. He's so strong. Just by his will, he's known as Satya Sankapa. Just by his will, all these planets are floating around. That's strong. Just by his will. I mean, it'd be interesting to know how heavy this planet is. There'd be no way to weigh it. It'd be impossible. I'm sure it's like probably millions of tons, right? It's big. But just by the will, it was just floating around like a cotton swab. And not only this planet, but so many planets, millions of this floating around by the strength of Krishna. Very strong. And he lifted Govardhan Hill, just a speck of the weight of this planet. But everybody's impressed. Oh, look, Krishna, he's holding the whole hill. All the residents up and down. So, yeah, Krishna's very attractive. And his name also, very attractive. I mean, who could chant so many names? Yeah. We're chanting 2 hours a day. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, you add years together, just like Vaiseshika Prabhu. Now he's been devotee for 53 years. Add that up. I mean, I wonder how many names that is. Bring your calculator out. So that's, what is it, 16 rounds. That's 25, 26, 27,000 names right there, something like that. It's a lot of names, it's a lot. But if we get it, you get it?
It's like 33.4 million names.
33.4 million. And if we could just chant it once, and a tear comes, that's the perfection of the chanting. 33.4 million. Wow, that's so. Hopefully, with all this chanting, Krishna will say, "Okay, come on." Ajamil just said Narayana once, so there's good hope, Prabhu. There's good hope, right? That we're gonna make it. Just keep chanting. Hopefully, that tear will come. Okay. Any question or comment?
Actually, it was Shrupanaka who was cursed by Lakshman, and then she was Kubja because she had attraction for Lord Ram. But Lord Ram would only marry one person, Mother Sita, and Shrupanaka was attracted to Lord Ram. So Lord Ram made her Kubja, and she was hunchback and physically not very attractive. So she didn't have any suitors. But when Krishna came and accepted her, she naturally turned into her natural beauty came out, and she became very beautiful. And then Krishna married her. So yes, Guru Maharaj was telling me during Ram Navami. I had asked the question, and Guru Maharaj said that.
Interesting. Also, this person who was he was, I think maybe he was cleaning the cloth of Kamsa, and Krishna asked for the cloth. And he said, "No, people like you are punished by the king." Remember that? And then Krishna took the cloth and gave him a karate chop, the original karate chop, cut his head off. That person was the person that was criticizing Ram. Remember?
Oh, the washerman.
Yeah, the washerman. Yes, he was criticizing. No, I'm not going to be like Ram. You're going off and coming back. I'm not going to be like Ram. She left and he accepted her back. Criticized, and because of that, Ram sent Sita away. So that was the person. He got the reaction. You can't get away with stuff like that. Yeah. Amazing all the pastimes related to Ram and Krishna. Anything on the internet? Online? Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
Vijaya Prabhu ki Jai. Haribo, Haribo.